Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Tuesday, April 17th, and this is the market overview looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, SLV, XOI, XLF, GE, Apple, Starbucks, and whatever else comes our way. Alright. Today was very nasty. Very nasty to the Bears, and yeah, just no two ways about it. Big, ugly, in my opinion, green candle would be beautiful if it was, bullish perspective, but nonetheless, very impressive. Taking out this level that we were looking at yesterday, just smashing it utterly. And clearing the way towards a test of the previous high. And that's fine, I suppose. Instead of it being a double top, then you could make it a triple top. It does coincide with the upper price consensus level for this month. Now, even with today's action, we're still below the major price consensus level, but other than that, there isn't really too much to stop it, unfortunately. Long-term moving average bar ejecting the price, which is normal. We were hoping for a breakdown instead, turn into a waterfall, but it's just not going to happen yet. You can see that the long-term moving average bar is taking lots of damage, and it will continue to do so, which is great. It means that the next time we try, it'll be easier. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Stochastics moving up. We've been watching them do this over the last few days. We were hoping they would curl over, and they have not. The CCI is still ticking up. The RSI is not ticking up. The histogram is ticking up still. And the MACD itself also ticking up. So that's new. So, terrible in the daily time frame. Absolutely. All kinds of things going for the bulls at the moment. Now, does that mean it's going to go on to new highs, test the high? Could do either, or could do neither. 60-minute time frame, different picture. We are slightly up on the 14-day RSI moving average at the end of the day. The stochastics are already very high and should come down to earth soon. CCI very high, ticking down. RSI still ticking up. Histogram sloping down. And but look at this. We have divergence, negative divergence in the RSI. We have negative divergence in the MACD histogram. There are some good things for bears in the 60-minute time frame. And most everything looks like it's either trying to roll over or it should be rolling over pretty soon. So it's not the end of the world. It's just a day. And but you can see here this little previous peak that was busted out today. I was hoping that that would hold it, and nope, it got just above. SPX, very similar. We were looking at this one during the day. At one point, SPX was lagging the Dow, and we were hoping that it would hold right at this level, and it did for a while. It was encouraging, and then eventually, boom! It broke out, and now we have this nasty big candle, which is fine if you're a bull. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Stochastics up, CCI up, RSI up, histogram up, MACD up. Yes, the daily time frame. It's not looking that pretty for the bears. 14 days still ticking down, and yeah, if we zoom out some, we can see it's only barely below the midpoint on the chart. So it does have plenty of room to move to the downside. We have talked about the stochastics going up to meet it and then turn around. In this case, hopefully they'll turn around soon, but they're not giving any indication that they want to yet. So we can't take that for granted, but we also can't just dismiss it out of hand either. What we're doing at the moment is making a higher recent peak but we still haven't cleared this one. You know, it's not game over for the bears. We're just getting started. So 60-minute time frame. And you'll notice also 60-minute time frame. This still follows the regular rules of the of Guppy, or at least our version of Guppy, which is you break through the bar, you still have to come back for a retest and bounce off of it to be really, really bullish. And does that mean that it's going to come back for that retest? If it does, it could reach the 1380 level, and that'll be really important to see if it bounces there. It should attempt, but if it fails and just keeps going down, that is a good sign. Of course, if we have a bounce there, then the bulls will say lower, higher, higher, etc., etc. So don't want that to happen. It could happen. And CCI ticking down. Stochastics look like they're ready to roll over. 14-day RSI moving average start. Very small tick up. Up on the RSI over bot and sloping down on the MACD histogram. We also have the negative divergence in the RSI, negative divergence in the MACD histogram. The RSI could get busted out. It is still pointing up, but it is there for now. Nothing to bet on, but it's nice that it's there. CompQ, the NASDAQ. Oh, look at that. Nothing like the Dow and SPX. Getting to the major price consensus level and backing away slightly. I'm sure it took a lot of energy just to do that. I'm sure a lot of energy in general was expended today with the move. The question is there anything left in the tank for the bulls? We won't know till tomorrow, but did not break the previous high on the NASDAQ. We didn't even kiss it, so that is encouraging. Still down on the 14-day RSI moving average. Stochastics, very different. Almost sideways, slight bias to the upside, but still essentially sideways. Up on the CCI, up on the RSI, up on the histogram, and sideways on the MACD. 60-minute, yep, you can already see it looks different here. Is it going to be turned away decisively at this point, which is already a double top in the 60-minute time frame? Can it even make a triple top? Oh, we don't know yet, but that's encouraging. Can the rest of the market just run without the NASDAQ? I suppose it could, but it certainly shouldn't be as strong. 14-day slight tick up at the end of the day. Stochastics ready to roll over, along with the CCI pointing down, the RSI ticking up. Down on the 14-day RSI, I'm sorry, down on the MACD histogram and up on the MACD. So a little bit of differences. We still have at least some negative divergence. The RSI for one, and the CCI for the other, which, oh duh, this isn't higher. What am I talking about? Ah! Alright. It just shows that after a long day of work, sometimes the brain just says, it's time for a break. Okay, my bad. Going on to the VIX, ending with a hammer. Lots of damage to the long-term moving averages. Very, very nice. We still have to have a break away from the long-term moving averages, but we're still above the upper price consensus level. We still have the middle Bollinger Band below everything. Those are encouraging. We have, maybe this hammer is, it's a possible reversal candle. Not exactly in a really telling position. It's not at the top, it's not at the bottom, it's right here in the middle. Not very useful. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking up. Stochastics mix down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the histogram, sideways on the MACD, very high. Only bad thing about this one that I don't like, and it's not the end of the world, is we zoom out. The 14-day RSI moving average is naturally high at the moment. It can get stuck up there, which will be very, very nice for the bears, but it is pretty darn high, unlike the down SPX when you zoom out. So that is one negative. Gotta point it out. TNA. Oh, you know what? But I have to also mention the price level. The VIX didn't get beat up too bad at all considering the move up. I mean, this should be a big old nasty red candle all the way down. Maybe it could catch up with that tomorrow, but really, it didn't come out very damaged at all. Matter of fact, it had a down tick today, and it was resolved intraday. So that's really cool. That's really good news for the bears. At least it helps to give us a little bit of better odds that this is going to, tough it out. So, all right, TNA. It was an okay move. It wasn't great. Looks like a shooting star, which isn't very good. It had an uptick today. The uptick was resolved today. It actually resolved the uptick from back here today. So this whole bubble is fixed, and yeah, now it's the odds of it, going down for a test of the 200-day moving average are better. So that's not bad. Still below the lower price consensus level for the month. Still below the middle Bollinger Band. It's still above the short-term moving averages, the real body of the candles, all that. So not bad. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Stochastics up modestly, or decently. Up on the CCI, up on the RSI, up on the histogram, up on the MACD. We're still a little ways away from a bullish cross, just like the Dow, just like the SPX. So is it game over for the bears? No, this was just one day. So, and tomorrow is another day. XOI. Very interesting. We were talking about this in the daily running thread. Does this look like the candle which spawns a giant green candle on the Dow? No. It is not. So this is very suspect. Fat body spinning top, holding below the 200-day moving average. It did get an uptick today. Uptick does give it a target of 1230. Yeah, that would be very helpful to the markets if it does complete that bubble corrective move. But 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Stochastics very modestly up. Up on the CCI, up on the RSI, up on the histogram, up on the MACD. Still a good ways away from a bullish cross. Very, very strange. I mean, at the very least, it should have broken the 200-day moving average on that kind of a move today, and it did not. It didn't even kiss it. There's a little bit of space here. So very, very unusual, and that really causes me to question today's movement. Absolutely. UUP. Look at that. Yeah, it gapped down a little bit. It was positive on the day. Does this look like a candle that spawns a 200-point move in the Dow? No, it does not. It should look like this candle, and it should start right here, and it should go down like that. And it's nothing like that. 14-day RSI moving average ticking sideways. Stochastics mixed down on the CCI, down on the RSI, slightly down on the MACD histogram, and sideways on the MACD. Indecision candle. That does not jive. It does not jive with what happened today. So, anyways, something else that was pointed out in the daily running thread. Could it catch up with the movement today, tomorrow, and just, bomb out? Yeah, it could, and then it would be okay. But day on day, no, this doesn't work. Moving on to FXE. Yeah, confirming UUP. Actually, it's a inside day, which is bearish. Spinning top, red spinning top. Down on the 14-day RSI moving average. Up on the CCI, mixed on the stochastics, up on the RSI, slightly down on the MACD, and slightly up on the MACD histogram. Very, very mixed. Does this look like the candle that would spawn a 200-point move in the rally? In the rally. In the Dow. No, it does not. So, very unusual. GLD. Yeah, not much to talk about. A big, long, hanging man, hammer, whatever you want to call it. 14-day RSI moving average up. Stochastics mixed, slow going sideways. Down on the CCI, up on the RSI, down on the histogram, up on the MACD. A big mess, really. Just a big mess, trapped between the major price consensus level and the lower price consensus level. Middle Bollinger Band right in the mix, right in the middle of the short-term moving averages and the candle. Just a mess. Can't really tell anything from that. SLV, more of the same, just smaller. 14-day up, stochastics mix, up CCI, up RSI, sideways histogram, sideways MACD. Can't really tell much of anything from this. It even got a little uptick today. It was resolved intraday. Yeah, there's nothing really to tell from this. GE, try to get a better read on the Dow. Yeah, it was decent today. It broke this little previous peak that we had. It's starting to try to nibble away at this gap. Middle Bollinger Band still above everything. It had an uptick today. It was resolved intraday. The bubble is fixed. It's free to continue on its merry way. 14-day RSI moving average is still ticking down. Stochastics modestly up. CCI up. RSI up. Histogram up. MACD up. No bullish cross yet. Backing away, blowing it out. 14-day still has plenty of room to move to the downside. The stochastics are getting to the area where it would be great and appropriate for them to turn around. I'm not impressed by today. I mean, it was impressive during the day, but I mean, when you consider it in all things, it wasn't the end of the world. Apple. Now that was pretty impressive what it did today, and yeah, I mean just running, and I'm sure running stops left and right. Closing above the major price consensus level, still below the middle Bollinger Band. That's still above everything. 14-day RSI moving average is still pointing down. If we blow it out a little bit, you can see how far it has to move. The stochastics are mixed. They're not even both pointing up. Up on the CCI, up on the RSI, up on the histogram, and still down on the MACD. Very impressive move. And, you know, this stock has been a monster. It had its first penetration of the bar by the real body candle yesterday, and yeah, we're having a reaction. So does that mean it's game over for the bears? No. VXX, and this thing is this thing just stinks so much compared to the VIX, but at least this one is tradable, whereas the VIX is just an index. Yeah, not a great day. Just a little dot with a couple little things coming out. It's not even a proper spinning top. Closing below the major price consensus level for the month. 14-day RSI moving average is still ticking up. Stochastics down, CCI down, RSI down, histogram down, MACD going sideways high. It'd been nice to have it a little bit higher, but I guess what can you expect? It's the stinking VXX. And Starbucks. This one was cool. Everything was going up today, and Starbucks was going down. That was awesome. And it resolved its downtick target. Oh, did I calculate that right? Oh, it just fell short of it. Just by like a dime. Alright. It almost resolved this downtick target, which is still pretty darn cool. And a big red candle in the midst of a 200-point run-up. That's pretty darn awesome. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Stochastic still ticking down. CCI down, RSI down. Histogram ticking down, looking for a bearish cross really soon. Down on the MACD histogram. MACD histogram. It's all the same thing. So, very, very cool. And hopefully it's not going to get some kind of Apple fever. I mean, we're so far away from the long-term moving averages, but yeah, 56. Wow, that'd be a killer move. But is there anything else I'm missing? XLF, of course, the financials. How could I forget? We're talking about you know, the big problems with the financials, with the specials that we've been doing on the weekend. And yeah, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citi, they had nice days and everything. But look at this. This is this is pretty darn interesting. It's not a big green candle like this one over here. It's a spinning top, and it didn't exceed the previous peak. There's still a little bit of space there. So much weaker, so much more risk. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Look at that, the stochastics, the fast, it's not even pointing up like everything else was. It's actually pointing down, making a mixed stochastic. CCI up, RSI up, histogram up, MACD going sideways, not even trying to go up yet. Yeah, that could all change tomorrow, but still, 200 move today, and the financials overall can't muster a mirror performance. I don't think that's really good for the bears. Grr. I must be tired. My tongue just is not working. That cannot be good for the bulls. Alright. I guess I will save you from any more of my vocally limited vocabulary tonight. It's I don't know what's wrong with me. Alright. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.